Okay, alternator removal on a B5.5 Passat 05. Once you've taken the top cover off the engine, you can see the alternator here in position. There's two electrical connections on it. One is a lug, which at the back goes onto that screw there. 13 mil spanner. Take off your nut. The other electrical connection is a simple VW plug. Literally just pushes on there like that, nice and straightforward. Once you've got it disconnected electrically, you've got two 13 mil bolts that hold it in place. One here, and you can just see the other one down here. Then a little bit awkward to get to, but more than doable with an ordinary 13 mil ring spanner. Your problem arises, the top one is easy. I've pre-loosened it, but I'll try and get a decent picture for you. Basically, it's a little bit stiff. Just bear with me a minute. Okay, I'll take this off. Pull that out. Straightforward enough. Your problem now arises in that it's quite easy to pull the alternator back, in which case you can then take off the belt very easily. But your problem is when you undo that bottom bolt there that's holding it on, that being this one here, this one, this bottom 13, it's long such that when it comes out you can't clear the thermostatic fan, so you won't be able to get it out and withdraw the alternator. Potential pain in the ass. So what you do is we'll move the alternator back into position here and get a light on the scene. I'll show you something which is a lifesaver. If you look down here, I'll get something to point with. Right here I've got an Allen key in it at the moment, but that is a bolt which goes right through that piece of aluminium and allows you to drop the thermostatic fan off. So it's I don't know what size Allen it is, I'll figure that out in a minute. Anyway, so there's an access hole here. Pop your Allen key through and you can take off the thermostatic fan such that it pops out and the bottom bolt clears. That makes the whole thing easy. It's about a 15-minute job when you do that. So just in confirmation, that's an 8 mil Allen through there, and then you can a little bit awkward to film, but you can rotate that, take off the fan, then that bolt comes out, and literally the alternator then just comes out with a little bit of levering. When you're putting it back on, useful way of doing it is if you bring the alternator completely back towards the wing of the car. I'll just show you like this. This might not be an as per the book way of doing it, but it's short and don't see that it does any harm. You can pop the belt on pretty easily and then pull the alternator up. You won't get it all the way enough to put the bolt in, but if you put that Allen back in like this, so that you've got something to lever against, and you get a long lever such as this bar, you can put it onto the Allen like that, and then it's quite easy making sure everything is reasonably lined up. Oh, something wrong there. Okay, so that relatively easily then goes into position, and you can, top bolt's easy to put in. There's no difficulty putting the bottom one in either once you have that fan out of the way so that it can be withdrawn. Okay, so that's in position now, ready to be tightened. Take out the Allen key. Now, I've pretty much got this all tightened up, reconnected, ready to go. There is one other small little problem that you have to address. Looking down in here again to where that 8mm spanner or 8mm Allen key is pushed through that hole to tighten up the nut into the back of the thermostatic fan. You'll notice that the fan tends to slip, so you can't be sure you've got a good tighten on the Allen key. So what I tend to do is use a spanner like this on my Allen key so that I can get a nice rotate on it, and then down here I slip a lever so that I can just get a small lever against the back of that fan casing to ensure that it doesn't rotate. I'll just show you that now. I can't show you two together because I won't be able to hold the camera, but basically I slip a lever down here like this and just lever the back of that fan there like that whilst you're tightening the Allen key, just to make sure you have it home nice and snug. That's pretty much it.